Good morning. Is it good? No, it's already good afternoon. Hey, Leda. Hi, Cree. How are you? I wasn't planning on going live, but just watched a few minutes of Brooke, and I said I'm gonna go live because I don't agree with what's being done, and then I'll leave. Hey, Ring a Home. I'll leave it up for everybody to see after because I wasn't planning. I'm not gonna stay on long, but I do have some things to say. Hey, Stephen C. How are you? Um, hey, Debbie. How you doing? Brooke, what Brooke, Ann, and George have done means shit. And CC Truck, I wish you were here to say thank you. The only one with brains on that chat over there. Hey, Rabbit. Hey, Ring a Home. Let me wait a few minutes. Hey, Celia. How are you? Boy, feeling better today than yesterday. Staying away from Chinese rice for a while. Hi, Sally. So, Brooke is going over this whole thing. Hey, Darcy. Brooke is going over this. Oh, thank you, Darcy. This whole thing about Jules, like she discovered America. Here's what I'm going to tell you, Brooke. CC Truck did great, yeah. I'm not even going to go over there to finish it because she'll trigger me. This is why I don't watch these people because I watched Brooke and she said Ann played it and George played it. And then I'm like, okay, I saw CC Truck and I said, I'm just going to give it a 20-minute live and that's it. But Brooke is dragging Jules for something that happened years ago that had nothing to do with the internet, right? Instead of dragging Jules and Ann too for something that happened years ago, to deflect off the shitty shit you have for life, all the shit that's going through in your life. Because whatever happened with Jules years ago was years ago. But Brooke, since we all want to be honest here and let's speak about honesty, even though it's not the internet's business, right? What happened with Jules and her fiance or boyfriend at the time. Um, and we're all just being right out honest here. Why did the police go to your house a year ago or less than a year ago? Because your husband called. What was the reason for that? Why did your child get a DUI? I mean, if we were going to put everything on the internet, we have questions because something is it's different when it's years and years ago. Hey, Miss Lisa, and something that's just recent because it doesn't have anything to do with the internet. What happened with Glenwood doesn't, and then you're bashing her because you're calling her a CI, whether she was a CI or not. Calling the police on him because he was doing something illegal does not make her a bad person. Brooke, your mother came to the internet to tell us that your husband and you are shit parents. Is your daughter still homeless? Yeah, right, Clark. This is why I tell you they deflect off the shitty life they have in real life. Instead of taking care of their own shit, they want to drag others down. Because I can guarantee you, I would prefer to know somebody who called a somebody who was doing that to a young woman than somebody who keeps getting the police at her house for DV or for having children, her not controlling her daughter, not being able to help her daughter with DUIs because of a drinking problem. And where did she pick it up from? So fix your own house before you come after other people's house because you're looking like shit. Because you are trying to bash her for calling the police on her boyfriend at the time or the FBI on her boyfriend at the time who was doing illegal shit. She was never caught in a DV situation or had some child with a DV situation. I have never understood why people shun Jules for being an alleged CI. So what if she was? Yeah. So she ran out a piece of shit and they're calling her out for being a piece of shit. But the people calling her out are the people that have problems in their own real life. That's what I'm saying. The people calling her out have their own problems. So why do that? And then they want to say, Brooke will say something like, I want to know what you guys are going to do now. Are you still going to support Jules? 100%, 150%. If she was a CI, she did the right thing. In fact, I respect her more knowing that she's a CI. Because she wouldn't, it's like those mothers or girlfriends or wives that turn in somebody who knows that they're doing something illegal. You wanted to make her look bad, and you made her look good. And then making fun that he crocheted a bear. Is that all you have? That she liked the bear that he crocheted and a purse or something? Is that bad? That what that makes me think is that Jules accepts little things in life make her happy. Like this, the thought of him creating something for her made her happy enough to show it off. She's a horrible human being. How dare you? How dare you show something that made you happy? Because these women have, the brand purses. They buy here and they buy their makeup there and they buy their purses here. And then Jules' boyfriend had a little bit of yarn and made that, and that made him look like a horrible person, and her for accepting her and make fun of her for saying how cute it was. And if it was ugly or not, she loved it. She loved it. Who's the bad person now? Who is the bad? And then patting Sarah on the back for finding it. And they're going to keep looking for other shit. Look for all you want. The fact of the matter is that the police were at your house less than a year ago. Hey, Nancy, how are you? The police were at your house less than a year ago because your husband called them because you were being abusive, and your daughter was arrested too. So everybody's house is dirty. Why are you going after somebody who did the right thing years and years ago? Does it make you feel better as a person, as a human being, to do something like that? I don't get it. Am I wrong? Am I thinking like, what the hell? Shouldn't you be a nurse practitioner right now? Poor Brooke. And then the people there are like, congratulations, Sarah. You won the Powerball. There you go, Sarah. Congratulations. What in the hell am I seeing? What in the hell am I seeing? There's nothing to congratulate her about. So you proved that she lied about not being a CI? Is that what you're saying? So, does it matter? Does she owe an explanation to anybody on the internet? You know what you would have been great if you would have proved that she was one of the prostitutes. If you would have proved that she was, hey, Bliss Chris, if you would have proved that she was making money. You proved nothing. You proved that you're a miserable person by going after somebody who didn't want to think about her past, about what happened in the past. So what? Hers is past, about everything that happened with the ex that they broke up and all that. Yours is present. Yours is present. What a sad life when people have to go out to others they do not know. I know. And Brooke, Jules doesn't owe you an explanation. You know what? Jules doesn't owe anybody here an explanation. What happened years ago is none of our business. It's none of our business. But seeing that yours is recent and you're coming after her for something that's really, really old, I don't know. It's just weird. Hey, Muggsy. I find that very strange that you would do that. I would be more worried about the new stuff coming out than the old stuff, because the old stuff didn't make her look bad. You said nothing. What? Oh no. See, guys, she called the police on him. You see, she called the FBI or whatever you call, or the police on him. She's such a horrible person. Hey, Jasmine, how are you? If this makes me a simp, oh well. But I think Jules is a baller for standing up and speaking up, so she isn't a rat. Trust me, I know some rats. There you go. Thank you. So she helped she actually stopped him from doing that to other women, right? That makes her horrible, Brooke. That makes her horrible, Ann. That makes her horrible, George. You guys just have to pick at anything. And he's never online and doesn't affect them. I'm good, thank you. Thank you, Jasmine. I appreciate you coming in here. Hola, Janet. How are you? I'm telling you, I have no time to be online today. I'm running short on time, but this really triggered me because she's on her high horse thinking she discovered America when what she did was nothing. Absolutely nothing. And CC Truck went in there and said it. And I'm like, thank you, CC Truck. Thank you for being the smart one in the chat. Thank you for speaking up. Because remember, there's nothing that Jules can do that they will pat her on the back. They would just drag the hell out of her for no reason. Anne said on her thing yesterday, they said that she had a live about her. I didn't want to, I haven't watched it because I thought it was going to be about me. But if she did have a live about her, what is that your true crime, Anne? True crime and cooking? Or you're still dragging people on the computer, on the internet? I'm so tired of this. Just leave people alone. Yeah. Why is that so hard? They're the ones who keep doing this. They're the only ones that keep doing this. Maria listening, I'm at work. Sent you a pic of the new. Oh, I saw how freaking adorable. How precious. Congratulations. I'm not so bad. No, you're not, Jasmine. You really aren't. I just can't stand this people who want to try anything to make her look bad when I'm like, am I the only one that's seeing nothing wrong with this? Before it was Jules treated those guys poorly. Now it's Jules told on him. What? Yeah, what in the world? Exactly. Did she treat them bad or did she tell on them? Which one was it? And like I said, I would be more worried about DV or DUI than turning somebody in for being a pimp. I don't know. Which one of the two weighs more on you? Which one of the two would you guys think it's worse? Where are your thoughts on this? Because I would be more worried about that. You know, I think what Brooke went through recently is 100 times worse than what Jules went through. Because Jules didn't go through any DV thing. Jules didn't have the police in her house for abuse or arguments or shit. None of that shit. But you want to go on there and drag out something that was years ago and then bash her for saying you saying she's a CI. Okay, let's bash people for doing the right thing. Am I missing something? I don't get it. If I'm missing something, tell me. And if she was a CI and she just didn't want to tell the internet, so what? Am I still missing something? Did she do something wrong? Kudos to the people who turn family members in who do wrong things. The hate over there is insane. Hey, allegedly, how are you? Hey, Rabbit. So the thing is that what does it matter? She did the right thing. And you're still going to drag her for that, for not telling the truth? Because now Brooke says, you see, Jules, you shouldn't lie. Well, because everything doesn't belong on the internet. Everything doesn't belong on the internet. But if she lied to you, it's because she didn't want you, or she lied, she didn't want it out there. Maybe because she didn't want the bashing. But still, you brought it out. Ooh, Sarah, you found that video. Okay, and it shows she did the right thing. Now, what do you want to do? We're still standing by her, Brooke. We're still supporting Jules. Jules in a Jen and Hamsey sandwich tells you everything you need to know. Yep, you got it. If he was as bad as people say, she turned him in. Good on her. Yep, good on her. I don't understand how that they would even consider that as bashing. How do you consider that as bashing? And by the way, Dreamsicle, I did see a comment there that you wrote, and I'm going to explain it. I never lied. I never told anyone to stay out of trouble. Period. There you go. But here's what I saw from Dreamsicle. Dreamsicle made a comment, and she wrote, and Jules wasn't there by her mom's bedside when she passed. You know what, Dreamsicle? My sisters and my brother weren't there by my father's bedside when he passed. Only I was there. Does that make them any worse of children of they loved my dad less? No. We took turns. We went to visit at different times of the day because the hours of work, everybody's not available at the same time. So I was lucky to be there with my mom when he passed. But that does not mean that my sisters or my brother loved him any less at all. At all. So that's a very ignorant comment that you made. Very ignorant. Yeah, I have 5 other siblings that weren't there. Yeah, I'm saying it. I was the only sibling there when my father passed. My sisters and my brother loved him just as much. Just as much. That means nothing. That just shows how ignorant you are. That just shows how much hate you have to even make a comment like that. It makes no sense. And that comment really triggered me because not being at the hospital, first of all, when somebody's in the hospital and you just can't sit there day and night, day and night, day and night, if they walk away, if you have to go and do your own things, especially when you work and you have family and you have other things to do. And if you walk away and something happens, that doesn't mean you didn't love the person. So stop being so ignorant. Hey, Janet, it's the hardest thing to watch someone you love pass. I'm glad most don't see it. Me too. Me too. Brooke's daughter and mother went to Brooke's enemies. They did. They did. And coffee loves my company. I'm telling you, it was very hard, and I'm glad that everybody wasn't around because it was something that I wouldn't want anybody to see. And I still say it. My sisters and my brother would have been there if they knew it was going to happen then. Nobody knows when your loved one's going to pass. And that by not being there doesn't mean you love them any less. My mother was at home with lots of people around, made her extremely uncomfortable. My mother's comfort was most important. Of course it was. Stop being so ignorant and making stupid comments like that. We're freaking adults, and you don't even have to experience it to know that the comment was super ignorant. What does that have to do with it? What does it have to do that she wasn't there physically there with her mom at that moment? God, that triggered me. If I took pictures of her dying body like Jen, does that make me look caring? Yeah, Jen's pictures were photo shoots. That's what it was. Because it made it to the internet. If Jen had taken a picture and for her own viewing not to share with the internet, that's a different thing. But after she took it and posted it on the internet for everybody to see, you don't do that shit. Nobody wants to put their mother out there after she passed for everybody to see. That makes her look like an idiot. Yep, it does. It sure does. I just said, let me give people a voice here to come into the chat and speak on this shit because I'm so full of pissed off with Brooke and her stupidity, and nobody speaks up against it and say, hey, why don't you worry about yourself? Worry about yourself than having to go drag something. Of course, Sarah motherfucking Z has nothing else to do with her life. So she's been looking for videos, and they're going to continue to look for videos. Look for all, instead of wasting time looking for videos, worry about what's going on inside your household. Take care of that. I mean, there's not enough hours in the day for all the shit we got to do in real life. For you to spend hours going through hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of videos to see if you can catch one shit of somebody saying a lie. You and Jen said, you belong in a mental hospital? Yeah, working maybe. Jen's an idiot. She went on live today and looked manic already. She's like, and then, gotta go. Brooke's going live. Gotta go. Shut up, Randy. Get out of my life. Leave me alone. Bye. That's Jen. I just love a beloved friend too. I know. I'm sorry. I know. And this is what they're doing it on purpose for. They're trying to trigger you. Fuck them. Don't let them trigger you. Come live whenever you want to. And the people who know you, and the other people are just fucking losers who would bring something up like that when they have the shit coming out of their windows and their doors, all the crap that's going on inside their own house. I hate people who are so hateful because they have so much negativity in their life and they feel good about themselves by dragging others. Pic of a loved one recently passed and putting it in the internet is a totally morbid thing to do. It's attention seeking at its best, dry begging at its worst. Yep, it sure is. I've never seen anybody do that. Brooke who, right? I've never seen anybody do that except Jen. Don't let them steal your peace. Hold on a second. But don't celebrate her family ever. Yep. Couldn't imagine having to call the law on me because I'm raging drunk. Yeah, worry about that shit. Worry about that shit. Oh, I didn't know it was your birthday, Miss Lisa. Happy birthday. I hope you're gonna have a good one. It's hard to walk all the way from them. He wouldn't be revived even though they tried. Oh, I'm sorry, Coffee. That's hard. I'm telling you, life is too short. Instead of worrying about the shit that's going on in your place and having to, first they have to look through, Sarah motherfucking Z has nothing else to do than look through videos, hours and hours of videos. And she's going to keep doing it because that life is so important to her. Those hours that she's never going to get back. I have all the videos of my other channel and I've never looked through it. I haven't looked through it. I've got nothing to look for. I can start looking through it and posting Anne's worst moments, a video of her screaming and all this stuff. I don't give a shit about that. I don't care about it. I'm not going to waste 4 or 5 hours of my life doing that shit. I'm not going to waste it trying to find paperwork on Jules, trying to find out everything I can. Standing on the side of truth. Thank you, Ring of Home. Brooke needs to worry about the emotional damage she is inflicting on her son with her drinking, and he will never forget the screaming and breaking windows and police. Yep. Brooke, remember how you told us you wanted to leave your husband, but since you had no prenup, you couldn't afford a divorce and getting the house. That must be sad. Yep. We call out Jen's behavior now. Yeah, I'm calling out Jen's behavior now every fucking day. Every day. There's not a day that if you see I always say if you see Tracy on my community tab, I don't gotta tell you that Jen talked about me. Jen, you know when Tracy goes away? When you stop talking garbage. It's all in your control. You can do it. It's all in your control. When I hear you saying shit about me in your lives, I'm putting her or Clint or Alice up. So the people who don't like it, well, it's on her. There's nothing I can do to shut Jen up because she promises shit and she doesn't do it. So my community tab is, hey, Sherry, it's hers. Having an alcoholic mother is traumatizing. Jen is a scumbag. I agree. She can poke on others on the internet, but the pain she inflicted on her own family and continues, she will never erase that. And that's what I'm telling you. They're so unhappy with what's going on in their real life that they dig and dig and dig. So to try to make people look bad. She thinks by making Jules, by her thinking that she's making Jules look bad, it's making her look good. Try to look good on your own without having to drag Jules into it. Because like CC Truck said, hey, if she was a CI, then there's nothing wrong with that. What else you got? What else do you got? Do you have her saying I was a prostitute? Do you have her saying Glenwood paid me? Any of that? No. So how do you stand and do a live about what Jules said years ago when your house is still dirty? When you have to clean up your own house? Because I can guarantee you, some people were like, okay. But look, CC Truck said it. CC Truck is fairly new and said it. Hey, so what's wrong with this? What's wrong with this? Now, if we were to dig up and start pulling out what's happened in the last year over there, then we're the bad ones. And we're digging up on people, right? And then you can't say, "Oh no, but my husband and my children aren't on the internet." But neither was Glenwood. She didn't have them on her panel. And you dig and dig and dig. But Jen talks bad about Maria, but in person she won't say nothing bad about. I know she talks bad about me, and then she messages me, "Hi, here's my tree. See with the deck. What the fuck do I care about your tree, Jen? Go message somebody who cares. Why are you even messaging me?" That's what I'm telling you. I was expecting the next video, the next screenshot to be, "I'm bored, LOL," and her new picture in the toilet. Why would you send somebody who you say you're afraid of that drags you? No, what a horrible person. I know. Can you imagine? She lied though. That's what Brooke is saying. She lied. She said she didn't and she did. Okay. What do you guys prefer? Somebody who put somebody away or having DV or DUIs recently? What's worse to you? Am I missing something here? Are we like, and they said we're drinking the Kool-Aid. What Kool-Aid? What Kool-Aid? It's just called common sense. If you're going to go up there, go find the clip. If you're going to go up there and drag somebody, your hands better be clean. Your house better be spotless. You better have nothing recent in your background. If you have recent in your background, stuff recent in your background, then you better shut up. Because not one for one, but you have to be really stupid to try to drag somebody for something that happened years ago when you can't get your shit together yet. So no, Brooke, she's not losing any support over this at all. You could keep trying all you want. She doesn't owe you an explanation. And when she goes live, whenever she wants to go live, guess what, Brooke? She doesn't even have to address it. Because that's the funny thing about the internet. You don't have to address people you don't like. And she owes you no explanation for anything. For anything. Zilch, like nobody else does. It's that easy. Something must less recent than the person you're dragging. Yes, exactly. Passed from cancer. I'm not worried about 10 years ago. I know. She's got to go back all those years to find something on you. That's the thing. She's got to go back all those years to find something on you. But you don't got to go real far to find something on her. So if anything, I would say Jules has done so much better in life. Jen lives for the drama, but cries foul when it comes back to her. Yeah, come back on her. If I was such a horrible person, like she says, I'm dangerous and she's afraid of me, why would she be in my inbox out of the blue, sending me pictures of her tree? Think this is a turning point. Don't let the door hit you in the ass on your way out. Yep. Good. No reason to respond. No. The response is the middle finger. No reason to respond to these people. Let them create their own mess in their own place. Who gives a shit? We know we're living our life and doing nothing illegal. We're not here screaming. We're not calling the police on each other. We're not screaming at our spouses. We're not drunk. We're not doing anything. Our lives are normal. Work, home, be nice to people in real life, be okay, and not having to dig. If Sarah was being trafficked, she would wish she would somebody like a bee lady to help her. Yeah, Sarah's got too much time on her hands. Sarah's been marked safe, not going anywhere. There you go. She thought, okay, let's see how you all gonna support her. What changed, Brooke? What exactly support do you want us to change? Absolutely nothing. None. I don't think she's lost anybody. Does that matter? I'm sorry that your channel went downhill, but that's not her problem. I am reposting the Siwa streams on Rumble to remind people who Brooke is. There you go, Brooke. See what happens when you back and forth? Jules doesn't have to prove anything to anyone. We all stand behind her. We all have a past, a shady past at that. That's what I'm telling you. Everybody has a past. And now Brooke wants to come out and be like, and Anne, oh, here it is, here it is. And George, we got this, here it is. And then Brooke, here it is, we have this. You have what? I tell you what, Jules can never, even though Jules is not married now, she was at one point, and I bet she didn't cheat on the spouse and leave him for someone else. I bet she wasn't lying to the spouse. I bet she had no DVs. I bet her children wouldn't have been in trouble. Every single one of you who brings up the same shit, I bet she didn't have to lie about being married to a dentist. I bet she didn't lie about having adopted 2 children. Everybody who drags her like that has this whole shit behind them. And it makes them feel better to think that they're dragging her. And then when you defend her because it's who you are, it's not about anything else, it's who you are. You're defending the right thing. It's not, hey, I've told people that I like that do the wrong thing, and I say it's wrong. Thank you, Retaliation King. I appreciate it. But what's right is right, and what Brooke is doing and Anne is doing and George is doing is messed up. It's not changing our mind. So if she doesn't want you to know something, Brooke, she doesn't have to tell anybody on the internet. Hey, Iced Coffee, she doesn't have to tell anybody on the internet. Hey, Jane Lee, I dated some doozies 10 years ago. Who cares? It's all about how we are treated now. As long as women make safe choices, that's what matters. And not staying in dysfunctional relationships. Exactly. The people who are complaining about this are the people who are still in dysfunctional relationships, are the people who still have a messed up real home life and have to dig and dig and dig. I cannot, Sarah, you're not blocked here. How many hours did you spend looking through videos? Was it that important for you? Are you that miserable with your life that you had to dig for hours and hours and waste? Because sometimes I see over, even for the people that I follow, if the video is a week old and I missed it, I'll start playing it and then I'm over it and I'll turn on the TV and watch something on there. How many hours did it take you to find videos? You have nothing else to do? Next time Brooks asks for prayers, I'll remember this and hope the rest of you remember. Yep, she did. She asked for prayers when Jason had the C word, and Jules prayed for him. She told her she prayed for him. But Brooke stands for nothing. Brooke stands for nothing. She came out of that. Oops, he's okay. Okay, back to bashing, everybody. Let's go back to bashing. He's fine. He's going to be okay. He just needs a little rest. Now, fuck you, Jules. That's exactly how she did it. And I hope you guys remember that. Sometimes it's worth losing support when you see the people who you support on that side, how bad they can be. And we all pray for him too. We did. After she said the most god-awful things about her husband. She sure did. But it's a learning experience for everybody. Because if she feels that Jules lied to her, if Jules lied to her or not, if it was me, and I'm talking to Brooke myself, and I don't want her to know something and I lied to her, then I lied for a reason. I don't know what Jules, I still would not watch Anne. I have not watched that shit. I heard it through Brooke now that Anne had gone through it. And I knew she was live, but it's always about bashing me, so I won't go watch it. But worry about yourself. Look at the source. Look at the source who went back to play it. Look at the source who originally played it, and look at the source who went back and played it. You know why? Because of the jealousy they have towards Jules. Because I'm not talking about everybody's gonna say jealousy, because what jealousy could Brooke have? Jealousy that Jules has a whole bunch of people who care about her. Jealousy that we have fun in her chats. Jealousy that we all get along there We all talk about everything, anything and everything we want to talk about. We feel comfortable there. We don't have to be bashing somebody. We already know everybody in the chat. We don't have a million people trolling the chat like these people do, talking horrible things about others. When we say something in Jules' chat, we say it with our own account because we mean it. We don't have to have trolls in there saying horrible things. Me, her black eye pictures asking me what judge would award him half. Yeah, because she kept that black eye picture. And what happened? Jules, do you know how she got the black eye? I'm curious because she told me one thing, and I've never heard anything else. I'm just curious what she told you. Does anybody know what she said? Jules found a way to monetize this madness, and she can't. She's stuck in a dead end. Yeah, because Siwa's gone. She needs Siwa back because that was all she had. You told people. How did she get her black eye? Did she tell you ever? I just want to see if the stories match. Okay, see, it doesn't match. That's not what she told me. So what is it, Brooke? Are you lying? Are you lying? No. No. You can't be lying to what? You got to be lying to her, to me. Are you lying? Do we have to do a whole live about lying? Or is it something that wasn't my business and then that's why you told me something different? You see what I'm saying? I think you all should stop following Brooke. Unfollow her. How dare her lie? Because she didn't think I was good enough for her to tell me the truth. So just unfollow her because that's it. She lied about something. She's not a good person. Abusive, did he hit? Jason hits her all the time. She hits him back. It's super rat. She told me that they were arguing and he hit the brakes and she hit the front, like the console with her face. And that's how she got the black eyes. Either way, it's DV. It's a toxic relationship. Toxic for her, toxic for her family. And she wants to talk about other people. She wants to talk about other people. And then people like Dreamsicle write, Jules wasn't even there when her mom passed. That doesn't make her a bad person, Dreamsicle. Or that would be the same for everybody who has children and the parents are passing, and you're not there when the parent passes. That means nothing. Hey, ain't. That means nothing. So why write something like that? Why? Because you have so much hate inside of you that you have to come up with anything you can say negative about Jules. Nice videos of Jules calling. Where are the lives and streams about the things Jen lied about? Oh, because it's Jules. Yeah, Jen's done so much worse. But the hate for Jules is disgusting. Brooke married an abusive man that gave her black eyes and scares her family. If any woman is in a toxic relationship, I pray they get out. It's not too late until it is. Yep. And it's, you know what I always say? It's not only the woman being in a toxic relationship, it's putting your children through it. Because even if he doesn't hit your children are watching it. Your children are watching that. And when they become adults, that's what they're going to remember. There's no reason for her to end up with two black eyes. Nothing can make that okay. I hate the way she's treating others, but whatever happened to her that night was wrong. Yeah, it was wrong. What happened to Bliss? I miss my mom passing by less than 3 minutes. Am I a horrible person? Dreamsicle. I'm sorry, it's true. It just blew me away. Why would you even write that? Like sometimes I'm in a chat and I'm in Jules chat and I catch myself. I'm gonna say that and I write something and I'm like delete, delete, delete. Nope, nope, nope. You're not saying that, and you catch yourself. But Dreamsicle, think before you say something like that. Like that's so insulting to many people who miss their parents when they passed. That doesn't mean a shit. That doesn't mean that they. And then what? And then another thing I heard them. I don't know who it was that made this comment the other day, that Jules should have been at her friend's side and not. And why was she online the next day? Let me explain something to you. It was Jules' friend, not Jules' family. Jules' friend has family. When your family member dies, the next day you're taking care of everything that you have to take care of for the funeral, for the viewing, for whatever they're going to do. That doesn't include her friends. It's not Jules' responsibility. It's her family members. Jules is a friend. She's not there with them. I don't know of one person who has their friends there when family is there to support and to do everything that needs to be done. Are these people that ignorant or that hateful that they have to say things like that? And if Jules was live while that friend was over there in the hospital, friend again, even if it's friend or family or cousin or mother or father, you don't sit there 24/7. You just don't. And to say that about somebody because they walked away or they took a day off or they're not there. I'm saying anything personal and I didn't know. Call during the live. You all won't know. Yep, I agree. When my father was in that nursing home, I was there Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, like a job, 8 to 5. So he wouldn't be there by himself. Not my siblings. I wasn't working. I never said, oh, they were there after hours and weekends too. There was no complaint about that. That doesn't mean that that I loved them more or they loved them more. We all loved them. You don't know the dynamics of everybody's life. And for you to say that she wasn't there when her mother passed, it's so hateful and ignorant to say that to anybody. So hateful and ignorant. I'm just so over this hate. And remember who's doing this shit. When you see somebody get dragged, when you see people looking into real life, into others' real life, trying to go into their court hearings, trying to do things behind the scenes, finding out, like George posted Geneva's niece's a record, like an arrest record or something. What does that have to do with the internet? What does that have to do with the internet? I can honestly say I never did anything to put Brooke in harm's way. Can you say that, Brooke? Only an immediate family should be there, having more people there. Yes. And it's okay if you have good friends that, your mom had a good friend that you call the friend and say, hey, we're taking her off life support. But that doesn't mean that the good friend has to be there with the family member at the hospital. I'm so done with the hate. It's like it's clouded their common sense. It's clouded their common sense. There's nothing Jules can do that they're ever going to say is good. Nothing at all. And they pick at every single thing. And I'll say it again, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it again. If calling somebody's police department because somebody's doing something wrong is bad, I find DV even worse. I find DV even worse. You know what's worse? Traumatizing your children with screaming and screaming at each other and having violent arguments in front of them. That's 100 times worse. And instead of coming on here, hey, Cindy, instead of coming on here and spreading all that hate, try to turn it around and give the same attention you're giving Jules, give it to the children you still have at home. My mom also passed a month after Covina started, and I was unable to be there as well. You're an amazing person and daughter. This crap is personal and wrong. It is. I'm sorry, Japheth. I didn't even know that. Let me go back and see if I can see her comment. I couldn't be with my dad because he was 1,600 miles away in a COVID ward. Guess I'm a bad person too. Or maybe he had a disease that wasn't real according to a certain medical person. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that. I support Jules 100%. Those who lie and bash her are not relevant to me. That's why I said I'm going to go live, because I know for a fact, because I'm one of them that was watching Brooke because nobody else was live. And I'm like, look at the time and I've got to go. But I said, it was just pissing me off. It was just pissing me off listening to her. And I said, I'm not going to start my day with the shit she's saying pissing me off. And I said, I'm just going to go live for a half an hour, give people where a space so they can speak up and say, hey, Forever Young, speak up and say what they were feeling and that this shit is wrong. And the people that do this are people who are so miserable with who they are. With who they are. That's it. Keep being miserable, and you're still not going to get. Good people will never follow you, Brooke. I'm sorry. Good people will never be okay with that. Weaponizing loss as a dig will never be okay, no matter what the target is. Yep. And if you lost support, it's because people have a mind of their own. And people made a choice. And every time you do shit like that, it makes you feel like the choice you made was the right one. Cindy is, oh, we can often not given a choice. Yep, you show love when they're alive. They understand. That's it. I agree. You support Brooke, see yourself out of my life. For nausea. So sick. Oh, you're enabling evil, and that isn't good for me. I know. And I'm telling you, sometimes you got to step back and see. And everybody's been guilty of dragging at one point. All, all I've ever said is, Jen, you keep turning yourself, your shit would have stopped a long time ago if you take accountability and move on. But nobody is okay with you being a victim when you harass people. You showing up in Jules' chat the other day, just yesterday, wasn't it yesterday or the day before? In the chat, like if nothing, wanting to craft with her and then sending her cash app, just showed me what a shitty human being you are. You can never say you're scared of anybody. You're doing it for attention. That's all you're doing. And Jen, if you say one more time that penis picture was an elephant, now she says, oh, another thing she said was that she's still saying it was an elephant. And then she has her computer on, and you see when she goes live, it's pretty far away from her, not that close, I'm saying. And she has bad vision. If I had the computer on as far as she has it, and I can read the comments like she can, then I'd have great vision. I've got my other phone on when I'm live and on camera because I can't see the comments from far away. She can. What bad vision? You can't tell the difference between an elephant and a penis? That's probably why I'm blocked. God bless you. All of this is not right or fair for anybody. I don't agree anybody's personal life. You're not blocked here. Then go to your eye doctor. Need glasses. I don't agree with anybody's personal life. I know, Virgie, but did you go in and tell Brooke that? She needs to clean the computer and keyboard. There's no writing defense anymore. They've made it. Their only choice is Jules. There's nothing good coming from them. Stop supporting people who do go real life. Hey, pretty bird. Thank you, CC Truck. I saw your comment and I posted it on my community tab because it's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to say. Virgie, and I understand that you care about both of them. I do understand that. She's never the same energy for Brooke. I'm done. But when Brooke is wrong, she's caring for two different people who don't get along. But when Brooke is wrong, we got to tell her she's wrong. Caring is being honest with them and telling them that they're wrong. And that's what oh my God. I found a big spider. Oh no, my God, it's the E11 wig. It fell down. Calm down, E11 wig. It was like a huge spider. And Virgie is an amazing person. The only thing is that they take advantage because Brooke knows that Virgie cares for her. And Brooke doesn't respect that because Virgie has told her a million times, don't go there, don't do this, don't make it harder. And Brooke just doesn't care. She doesn't care. Brooke would cry to run to Virgie every time I addressed her. The whole chat is a fly strip of liars, real lifers and trolls. That I said wasn't what aboutism. Those two things cannot be compared as equal. See, you don't want to believe this is the fact of the matter is I cannot control anyone. I know you can't, and I gotta tell you that I know Virgie has told Brooke a few times when she doesn't agree with something, she does tell Brooke. But I'm still waiting to see when Brooke is going to grow older or grow up or mature. When is she going to mature? When is she going to get it? Because with so much shit going on in her real life, don't you think she has better things to do than to try to drag other people's lives? Somebody who does that is not a good person. Hold on, let me get Peter inside. Hold on. Come in. Let me go over here. Oh. Good boy. And you're stuck in the middle, Virgie. What was all this about my phone? Give me a break. You guys don't hate each other because of me. This is old and dragged out hate. Yeah, dragged out by who though, Virgie? Dragged out by who? It's not your fault at all. But who is it dragged out by? It's definitely not your fault. I would just like to know who is it dragged out by? Who is doing the dragging? Because I don't see Jules doing the dragging when she goes live. But I see Brooke dragging Jules more since Siwa left. This has been an ongoing. Jules is here, Dragon. The truth is being what is the truth? That Jules called the police on her boyfriend or whatever? Is that what you're talking about, the truth? If that's the truth, then who cares? What's worse, that Jules called the police on somebody or the DV charges? What's worse? Who's got more issues? Jules that called the police on her boyfriend if she did? Or Brooke that Jason called the police on her? Or that she has to help with her daughter with the DUI shit? Who's got more issues there? I'm a dragon. Jules is right here in the chat. I don't know what you're talking about. Hold on. This needs her narrative for the fake content. That's it. That's it. Maybe Brooke is mad she didn't have a CI. Could be. Jules is right here. And she doesn't have to go over anything. At the end of the day, she doesn't owe anybody an explanation. We're not her family or her real life friends. We don't, by Brooke bringing it out into the open, if she goes live now and finds out what she has on Brooke for the last year, what's Brooke's been up to for the last year, does Brooke owe you guys an explanation? Jules said she was leaving chat. Oh, okay. Does she owe you if somebody were to find out everything that's happened with Brooke in the last year and her family, does she owe anybody on the internet an explanation? Is it anybody's business on the internet? It's not. So why would you expect an explanation from Jules? Jules doesn't owe anybody an explanation. Is Jules left because she's upset with Virgie? So Jules is upset with Virgie because of the shit that Brooke does. Virgie can't change Brooke, but Virgie can't let her know what she's doing is wrong. But at the end of the day, Virgie can tell Brooke whatever she feels, and Brooke is going to do Brooke. So you can't even blame Virgie, but Virgie supporting Brooke is on her. That doesn't make her a bad person. She cares about Brooke. But I know for a fact that Virgie has told Brooke when she feels like something is wrong. She doesn't keep it quiet. She does tell Brooke when she doesn't agree with something. What has Jules done to Brooke? Nothing. Can Brooke say the same? No. I haven't seen Jules drag Brooke at all. At all. That man is not her life. It's her past. Yeah, it's her past. Not her husband, not her family member. It's her past. Nothing to do with the internet at all. Hold on, I'll be right back. What is the goal? Accountability, embarrassment, shame. We cannot make someone else take accountability. Sadly, it seems to be more running people off the internet. Yeah, accountability for what? Shame for what? Embarrassment for what? Like I said, when you're going to go do something like that, you better have a clean slate. And nobody has a clean slate. I don't know what's going on. Saying is that I don't come here for creators to pass some purity test, and I myself would fail. I come here to laugh and take the piss off. No cause. Exactly. You defend Brooke when she attacks Jules. Virgie doesn't defend Brooke when she attacks Jules. She doesn't. How do I have it in my power to stop Brooke, to stop George, to stop Anne? I have zero say on anybody's life. Yeah. And trust me, when she tells Brooke not to do something, Brooke is going to do it. Brooke is like a child. Tell her don't do it, and you see how fast she clicks that live and does it. Do people not understand that outing someone's status as CI is extremely dangerous? This is not anybody's business, or whether it's true or not. If Jules denied, I don't give a fuck. Same as others lying about it. I very much agree, and everybody has wrong in their status in these YouTube streets. I came in peace. I come in peace. It's been a while since everything went down, and I know I'm not the same person I was when I left a year ago. It seems like you've changed too. I'd like to extend an olive branch, and I'm open to having a conversation. We both made mistakes, and I understand if you're not interested, but I'm open to trying. Yeah, I am interested in having a conversation with you, a private conversation with you, and I appreciate that. It's legal to speak on CIs. I don't know. What have I done to Brooke? I appreciate that, um, Reagan, and I do want to speak to you, whether it's true or not. Confidential means confidential. You're welcome. I think they should be reported. Me too. She did. If she reported them, I don't see anything. I can't see anything wrong with that. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Lisa Marie, what happened with no? If I'm muting, it's because I'm getting ready. Hold on. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear you guys hearing all the noise. Lisa Marie, but it's a conversation I need to have, and I appreciate that she wants to have it. I would. I'm always for a conversation. Brooke is definitely. I'll say what I feel. She is horrible to her family, so she's taken out on the internet. I do believe that too, Jules. I honestly do believe that. Um, I think that Virgie talking to Jules, messaging Jules, is what triggered Jules worse. And Virgie was thinking she's helping her, and Jules didn't want to hear it. Jules doesn't want to hear anything about Brooke. Yet Virgie was messaging Jules because she's worried about what Brooke is doing. And Jules is like, message me all you want, just don't talk about Brooke. So it was making Jules feel worse, finding out what Brooke was up to. And Virgie was worried that, Jules would be hurt. So Virgie was between one and the other. I'm not worried about shit because I didn't do a damn thing wrong. Hey, JD. No, Virgie's really religious. You got that wrong, Clark. She's very religious. Trust me, she is. But at the end of the day, even religion isn't going to help Brooke. Not even religion is going to help Brooke. I don't think she's financially funding. But you mean because of super chats? There's many other people who are as religious as Virgie who aren't buddies with anybody, but they're still religious and they come on the internet because we're human beings. Brooke is causing the hurt because she has nothing. I agree. I agree. Remember, this is the same. Brooke is doing the same shit Anne did when she decided. Oh, I saw a comment where. Oh, well, I'm not gonna say. Forget about that one. The same thing that Anne did to Geneva. Nobody knew she was going to court. They dig up her paperwork from her ex. I know, but there's some people that don't want to know, and Jules is one of them. Virgie was worried about Jules because they were digging up the paperwork or stuff. And Jules is a type of person that says, don't tell me anything because it's not going to make a difference. Whether Jules knows it or not, it's not going to change the outcome. So Jules prefers not to know. And Virgie was preferring to tell her because Virgie was worried. That's why. Worships the brown liquor, she needs to real help. I know. She says she cares so much about Virgie. But all she does is give her a headache because she knows that Virgie cares for both. You would not take shots at her in her streams all the time. That's what you heard from. You would take shots at her in your stream? I would like to see where. I would like to see where, Virgie, because I didn't see it. Then I think how they feel if Jules wasn't such a strong person and harmed herself because they were mocking her, the January thing, over and over again because that's who they are. I don't know, but with me, like the other day, I called Amzi a racist. She was like, I'm going to call your job and tell them that you called a pregnant woman a racist. Yet they're okay with all the shit that Brooke says um, about mocking somebody the day that somebody was going to hurt themselves and doing shit like that. Can you block that Sly Boogie account, please? I can't on this phone. Block her like 10 times over. How many times have you said to me, told you? Still stay out of it. That's the truth. Hold on. Let me see if it's... Thank you. Thank you for blocking that garbage. That drug addict. Have nothing to do with her here. Hold on. I'm squeezing the mayonnaise out. Ugh, just made a mess. Sly, don't even come in here. Like, I don't go to your chat, so don't bother coming in here. This is what happens. They go everywhere and they try to make. Sorry, not religious person will never take the Lord's name in vain. What happened with it? God fearing or not, how is it okay to clown on a supposed CI? Yeah, I don't get it. That their mind is so warped already that they have so much hate that they're gonna do it to everybody. They're gonna, if you do something right in this, if you go and you jump in the water and you save a life, they're gonna say she could have saved them 5 minutes earlier. She could have done this differently. They're always gonna complain about something. Then there's a flipping door. It's nobody's business. It's nobody's business. That's what I'm saying. Target goals and Siwa left. She went from Siwa to Jules in a heartbeat. She went from Siwa to Jules in a heartbeat because she had nothing else. And if whoever doesn't see that is blind. Whoever can't see that is blind. To KK, to Jules, yep. And I'm a target because of Virgie. Because of Virgie? No. No, Brooke is Brooke. You can't blame Brooke, Virgie, of what Brooke is doing. Brooke is Brooke. She's gonna make you a target no matter what. I think, in fact, I think she held back because of Virgie, and then she just didn't give a shit anymore. That's what she did. That's why it makes her mad. She cared for me. Yeah, I know Brooke hates she cared for you. For sure. She sure did. What did she? I'm missing so many comments. She is a selfish child. She is. She really is. She didn't hold back and when I'm done breathing. Some for her no holds barred. Yeah, I told you that earlier today. Drag a bitch. She wants to come after you. No holds back. When somebody comes after you, then do it back to them. Nobody can tell you not to do whatever you have to do because that's not cool what you did. And then you have CC Truck going in there saying, well, there's nothing wrong with that. And damn, there goes his comment. Gone. Waste. She's always worried her husband will get half her house. Priorities, right? Hold on, let me. She's reading the chat. Of course she is. Because she knows what she did is fucked up. Worry more about what's going on inside your house than having to come up with something that's old. Clean up your place first. Nobody here has a clean plate. And you do this shit. And it backfired on you because people say, well, if it's true, kudos to Jules. But then in the meantime, now you just open the door for Jules to do it back to you. And then we can see who's got a better background, who's got more calm in their life, who doesn't have the BB thing going on. One thing I can say about Jules is she never said racist shit to me. Not once. Never said any racist stuff to me at all. And Brooke's done it a few times, not just once. Once and I forgave. But when you keep saying the same shit over and over again, when you get pissed off, you can scream it till you're blue in the face. But you're a racist. When you say something racist because you're pissed off, you're a racist. Because people who are not racist get upset and that shit doesn't come out of their mouth. You might say stupid shit, but you're not going to say racist shit. Only a racist would say things that come out of their mouth. Brooke paid a woman to go down and yeah, she did. She was in her college years. Jules didn't. That was many, many years ago. That's what I'm telling you. Clean slate. Everybody has a history. You think you discovered something great horrible on Jules, and you didn't. They say racist things that have been in their head all. Yep. That was inside of her heart. For her to say that, it was in her heart. That's how she really feels. Because I can get mad and not say something racist. But I do think that Virgie spent a lot of time trying to calm Brooke down. And it comes to a point where she's an adult. Whatever's going to come out of her mouth is going to come out of her mouth. I'm still feeling like shit. Hey, Verucas. I'm trying to put myself in the situation, and I gotta say, me and JJ fell out, and Cindy was constantly in JJ's lives when JJ was being super disgusting and going real life. Virgie's not, I don't think Virgie's over there, is she? It's hard though when you have two people that, K for K, two people that you care about going at each other some type of way and put a boundary. Yeah, I think Virgie should not talk to Jules about Brooke and not talk to Brooke about Jules. Let them do their own shit. Sorry. This is a mess. I should have just finished the live. That's a difficult position to be in. It is a difficult position to be in. And Virgie tried to hold both of them, separate relationships. But it's not easy when they're not even civilized. Like they want nothing, you gotta, Brooke is gonna go after Jules and Jules has to respond. And she hasn't been responding, but I don't blame her. And if it was me, I told her. After what they did, if it was me, respond all you want. Go real life like they are. Go pull out forms like they're doing. Give them back their own medicine. If they want to say the site is so bad and they're going to do that, then pay the people back. And if Jules does it and people say Jules is horrible, remind them why she did it. Same thing I do in my community tab. When I respond to somebody, I'm the worst person in the world. But I won't post it without a reason why. I don't know one person being civilized in real life. Jules doesn't have a problem with alcohol. Jules doesn't have a DV record. There's no pictures of Jules with black eyes. There's no calling the police because she's screaming. So who's the problem? Who's the problem? Because it hasn't only been her husband calling the police. It's been her kids calling the police, not just her husband. And then you want to try to make Jules look bad for what? Because people care about her. And like I said, I don't know what happened in anybody's house, and I don't care. So you shouldn't care about what happened to Jules over like 10 years ago or whatever it was. It's nobody's business. But that opens up a whole new door for everybody to check on you now. And then when they bring up this that happened in 2025 or that happened in 2025, and you get upset, you created it. You created it. And next time, dreams ago, when something ignorant, when something ignorant comes out of your mouth, before you type something ignorant like you did today, think about it. You're not only insulting Jules, you're insulting many people. And in fact, in this chat too, that didn't make it to see their parents pass away. Like if that means they're any less want to fight and dig out each other's past, that they can tell all they want and pull out their hairs all they want. I won't be there to watch it. Yeah, I didn't think you were there because you told me you were going there because it's not right. At least, she does the right thing. If there's nobody that can stop Brooke from doing what Brooke wants to do. But supporting her while she's doing it is wrong. Instead of making it a distraction for what's really going on in your family, in your house, you're taking it on somebody who's in another state, who has nothing to do with it. Over there, I'm here because how do you just caring about somebody just like that because they say you're out of my life. I never did. I know you didn't. And I know you care about both of them. But when Jules hears about Brooke, it stresses her out. And that's like people say, did you watch Anne? No, I'm not going to watch her. I'm not even recording her. I don't care about her. The only way to get rid of people is to ignore them. The only way to do that is to ignore her. Unless something happens in real life, then I would not ignore. And what Brooke is putting you through, Virgie, you don't see it because she's a grown ass woman, but Brooke doesn't care about you for putting you through what she's putting you through. Clark, stop. I'm going to kick your ass. Brooke doesn't care about you to put you through that because out of respect, there's some people here in this community KK, who doesn't like Muzz. I love Muzz. If KK is talking about Muzz, I'm out. I'm out because I can't control KK, and her feelings are her feelings, and Muzz's feelings are her feelings. And if somebody's talking about KK, I'm out. But I think your best shot is not to tell Jules anything about Brooke, even if you think it's something's going to happen to Jules or you're worried about it. Jules doesn't want to know it. At the end of the day, there's nothing that Brooke can do to Jules. Hold on. It's hard to stay out of friends' beef, but you have to stop being the go-between because you're really harming instead of helping. Yeah. What, Brooke, are you lying? When was she talking about your family, Brooke? Maybe you have been drinking and made this shit up. Because I was there. I've been there almost every live. I think I missed one or two. And I didn't hear it. You do it because you get excited that you think that. You literally said on your live today, let's see who's gonna support Jules now. We are, Brooke. Still there. Still supporting. Hasn't changed anything. In fact, kudos to Jules. Hasn't changed anything. We're not ending a support for nothing. She might be a nurse, but she's super immature. Her mental instability is almost as bad as Jen's. She goes for the bad people. She supports the worst of the worst. And she thinks it's normal. Thank you, pretty bird. Team Jules, Jeff, and Jandy, that's right. You see, Brooke, you changed nothing. You changed absolutely nobody's mind. In fact, it made us realize that you're the big problem. Jules did it, and she did it for Virgie. She did it for Virgie because she would always say, I can't, I'm not gonna let Virgie down. I promise I'm not gonna talk about her. I'm not gonna respond. She used to say that all the time. She hasn't been talking about Brooke's family, but hey, I guess anything is a step up from having to hear about damn Walmart gift card for the 10th time. Absolutely. Absolutely right. Damn, I've got to get going. Oops. No, it's way past my time. Hold on. Where is it? I've got to go into a meeting in a minute at 1:45. So I'm cutting it super short. But I was so adamant about this, so disgusted. I've been hating coming online because all you hear is these people bashing, these people trying to drag. Jen, do better. You're almost as bad as, or they're almost as bad as you are. Do better and stop talking about people. Then we would have no excuse to talk about you. I'm dying for you to stop talking about me, and I've told you that a million times. Find another content. All right, guys, have a good day, and don't go over to Brooke. Don't even give her a look of you. It ain't worth it, promise you. The only way to knock these people down is to stop giving them a view. Fuck whatever she's saying. It's the same shit Ann said, same shit George said, supposedly. It's just back and forth and everything. Let the hateful people be hateful. We're still supporting Jules, and fuck everybody. Have a good day, everybody. Bye, guys.